Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our series edtech.net/edtech live. We are here to present you with stop motion sight words on Canva. If you're watching live or viewing this as a recording, this is geared for kinder, first, second grade primary students. So let's go ahead and get started with our task. Our task this morning is to create a stop motion GIF using your sight words. So sight words or heart words, or vocabulary words are really important for us. It'll help us become better spellers, and we can definitely use those words in our writing as well as know how to read them in our stories or our books. So here's an example of what you're going to do. You're going to create that stop motion GIF using your sight words, and we are going to spell out your sight words using whatever you might have in your classroom. So teachers, here's where you can feel free to pause the video and gather materials for your students. What you will need, anything that you can think of. They could be magnet letters, they could be popsicle sticks. You might want to use Play-Doh or paper clips. You can even use just a plain piece of paper or index card to spell out your words. So I'll go ahead and have you just find something that you'd like to use in your classroom. Definitely press pause and then play when you are ready to resume. So students, here's an example of my sight word. I have used magnet letters to spell my word like. Like is spelled L-I-K-E. Your word could be much larger, it could be much smaller. It is whatever word that you are going to practice reading. So a stop motion GIF allows you to take a photo of each of your letters as you build that word, and then it becomes almost like a video. We're going to add some motion to it. So here's how we're going to do that. Students, you are going to need something to spell out your words and also your Chromebook. So once you have those two things, you are ready to begin. So you're just going to leave your magnet tiles, your paper clips, your Play-Doh to the side in a no-touch zone until a teacher tells you that they are ready for you to build those words. The second thing that you're going to need is your Chromebook. Just a quick reminder, students, if you're working with Chromebooks, it's really important that we're being really safe and treating our Chromebooks correctly and properly. If you're using paper clips or you're using Play-Doh, we have to remember that those pieces are not going to be safe on top of Chromebook or inside Chromebook keys, any of those things. So just be really careful. So students, when you have your Chromebooks ready, you are going to take a picture of each letter as you build it to your sight word. Okay, so you're going to have to go through your Chromebook and you're going to find that little circle button on your Chromebook. Sometimes friends might move it to the side or this side, but really look for that little circle button there. You're going to click on it, and then it's going to open up all of these different options for you. When it opens up your options, you're going to find your camera, which looks just like this in blue. You're going to click on it, and it's going to open up your camera. Because our task is to create that stop motion GIF by using our sight word. Okay, and maybe you're thinking, well, I don't know what my sight words are. Teachers, here is where you can give them a word. I'm also going to share with you a list in just a moment of some of those words that they can use for this activity. So just hold tight, teachers. Okay, your Chromebook should look similar to my my view here. You're on the photo, not the video, the photo. And you're going to find this button here. Okay, we are going to be taking a photo of each of our letters as we build upon our word. So make sure that if your camera is not the right way, you're clicking this button right here to switch that camera view. What's also really important to do is as we're taking that photo, you may want to bend your Chromebook if you have a student Chromebook, so that way it's easier for you to hold and press on this camera button. If you have a teacher loaner Chromebook, just know that it's might be a little bit outdated and old and it may not bend, so please make sure that you are using your Chromebooks properly. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you a quick list of words that you might want to spell. So students, you are just picking one word from this list. Teachers, this is a resource from the 6 shifts. And here are 109 power words. These are 50% of the words that are found in children text. So if you'd like a copy, teachers, of these 109 power words, the link is down here at the bottom for you if you want to use it at another time. But here's where you could pause the video, assign a word to a student, have them select a word, and whatever word they choose is what they're going to spell. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video, and then I am going to get out a couple of materials too. All right, teachers and students, if you've chosen a word from this list, we are now going to take a picture of each of those letters as we build it. So I don't have a student Chromebook with me, but I'm going to show you as I model using my own. I used magnet letters for my word like, but for this live, I'm just going to use a Post-it note and a marker. It's very simple. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show one letter of my word. So if I were to use that same word like, I have written an L. I might need to do it backwards for you. Okay, so there's my L. I'm going to use my camera here to take a picture of that L by just holding my Chromebook and pressing that white button to take a picture. And that's all I do. Then, if I'm writing it or building it with Play-Doh, I'm going to add on to my word. So all I've done is I've now written my next letter, which is letter I, putting it down, taking a new picture, and then continuing. Adding my next letter in my word, taking a picture of that new letter. I'm building my word by taking a picture of the progression. And then another picture. So now in my camera, I should have taken a photo for each letter of my sight word that I've chosen. And then I'm going to show you how to create that stop motion GIF. So up to this point in the video, teachers, if you're watching this live or as a recording, we have, let's go back a little bit. We've used our materials. We have chosen a word, a sight word to build, draw, make. And now we are working on that next step of taking a picture of each letter as we build our word. Those of you that have taken all of your pictures, you're just gonna sit tight as you're being patient, waiting for friends to finish. And as you're waiting for friends to finish, this is what I'm going to have you do, students. With your Chromebook, here's where I'm gonna need some help. Usually we can find Canva on Clever, but we're moving now to something called ClassLink, and I was I was told that Canva wasn't available on either of these. So teachers, here's where I'm gonna need some of your help. Students are gonna log into Canva directly by going to canva.com, and then they're going to log in with Google, where they're going to use their Google sign-in credentials to be able to access Canva. So if you're an early finisher students and you've already built your Word, you've taken your photos, you're now going to log in to Canva. And then that's where you're just going to sit tight and wait. So teachers, definitely feel free to pause the video at any time. Okay. If you are now just pressing play, we are going to design today a presentation. So on your Canva homepage or your landing page, students, you're going to click on this orange icon, which is a presentation. And when you're on that presentation, in order to create that stop motion GIF, where it helps to spell out each sight word, these are the next steps. Okay, let's pause this really quickly. This is a quick video that I inserted to show you those steps of how to create that stop motion GIF to get your pictures onto your Canva. Okay, I'll play this a couple of times if I need to, but students, you're just gonna watch how I show you how to do that. Oop, let me go back. Okay, here we go. You're gonna go to Uploads and clicking on that purple button that says Upload Files. Scrolling a little fast, I'm gonna pause that video. In your files on your student Chromebook, you should see something like this. Okay, my pictures that I took of my sight word is in my camera section here. So these are the pictures, if you notice, that I took on my Chromebook. So those are my 4 pictures. I'm going to click play. Because I want to upload my photos, I have to click all of them because I want them to go into Canva. And you'll notice that I had to click on each of them. And when I see that check mark, that tells me that I have selected all the ones that I wanted to use, and they're going to show up in my Canva. And then I'm going to click this brown word over here at the bottom that says open. Definitely, teachers, feel free to press pause and play and let students work at their own speeds. So when it's opening, you'll see that this cloud button over here, this upload button, is filling up, and that's telling me that my files, my pictures are uploading into my new presentation project. So here it is. It's almost done uploading my files. And when it's done, I'm gonna scroll down, and that is where my pictures have uploaded. So now I have them and I'm ready to build my presentation. Okay. So I'm going to pause the video really quickly. I'm spelling the word like. You might be spelling the word people or the word because, but you're going to make sure that you have all of your pictures um, and all of your letters here to spell the whole entire sight word. So teachers, just notice that this is our ELA block of time. So we are focusing on literacy this morning. So definitely pick a word or have students use that word that you or they have chosen. Okay, so if I'm spelling the word like, I know that L comes first, so I'm gonna make sure even if they're out of order, I'm finding my very first letter. And when I click on it, it's going to pop up on my Canva presentation. I'm going to then, when I'm ready for my next letter, I'm going to add a page. You're going to see that I've clicked on this plus sign down here at the bottom of my screen to add a new page so I can show my second letter. So when I added a new page, page 2 is now blank. So now I get to add my second letter, finding how I built it in my pictures that I've already uploaded. And I'm going to click on it and it automatically goes into my presentation. I'm going to do that for the rest of my pictures by adding the page and clicking the next picture. You'll notice I went from L to LI and then to the whole word. If I accidentally go out of order, that is okay. Here's how I can move it around. I can add a page and then I'm going to click on it and drag it to the right spot. So if you've accidentally put a picture that did not come next or a letter that did not come next, you're just going to click on that square, hold it, and drag it to that right spot, just like I did in this video. And now my letters are all in order. Now that they're all in order, here's my presentation where I've added my pictures of each letter of my sight word. I have L, L-I, L-I-K, L-I-K-E spells like. Right now, it's not a stop motion GIF. It doesn't move. So in order to do that, you're going to follow my blue arrow. I'm going to take you down here to the very bottom of my screen where it says duration. That means how long. I want to tell each slide to show up for a couple of seconds. So you'll notice down here, this is L. Clicking on my next page is I. I'm building my sight word. Next page adds the letter K, and next page adds the letter E. If I move my mouse to the edge, do you see how it can take up a lot of time? You're going to shrink it, my friends, until it's about 2 seconds. So that's 2 right there, and that S means 2 seconds. If it says like 15 seconds, you don't want it to be too long. You're going to make sure that each of your pictures says 2 seconds. So definitely teachers, feel free to pause this video and allow students to just work, and definitely feel free to support them as well. So if I click on my first picture, L, it did say 2 seconds. If I just put my mouse over it without clicking it, it does show that this is, it'll pop up again, 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. If you're having trouble with adjusting it to 2 seconds, you can leave it at 3 seconds if you need to, so that way your box, your page is a little bit larger for you to work with. Okay. When you have all of your photos in order that spells your sight words, and You have adjusted the duration or the time of your sight words. In order to create that stop motion GIF, you're going to click share, and then you're going to click download. And here's the file type. You're going to change it. This is suggested. You have to click on it. You're going to scroll down where it says GIF. Okay. Once you've changed it to save as a GIF, you're going to click download. So it's downloading. It does take a little bit, but it does show you that progress, so just be really patient. The more pictures or letters you have in your sight word, the longer it might take. So just be really patient. It will tell you when it's downloaded, when it's completed. My downloads are up here, but your downloads might be in your settings, in your files of download. So definitely check there. So when it downloads and I open to watch it, this is my stop motion GIF that I've used to spell out my sight word. Teachers definitely feel free if students want another challenge, if you want them to make like flashcards out of several sight words, you can definitely have them use Canva as a tool to help getting them to think about how to spell words. Teachers, if you'd like to work on spelling patterns, maybe instead of having them spell each individual letter at a time, you can have them spell each sound at a time. Definitely up to you on how you'd like to use this in your classroom. But for the purpose of today's EdTech Live, we were just using it to spell out one sight word. And if you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out. But here's that list again, teachers, of some recommended power words if you'd like to use that. It is connected to our district rubric. You've got your scale here, 3 to 1s. And here is that website where you can find this if you'd like to print it out as well. So thank you for joining. I know that was a lot to work with, but I do appreciate your patience. And I look forward to supporting you more. Please reach out if you have any questions. So